Hey y'all, welcome back to the Crafty Cove. It has been a while since I put out a new video and I am so excited to put today's video out, and it is a part of the 5 Under 5 hosted by my friend Emily every month. We're going to talk about that in just a little while, but for now, let's get on to the DIYs. DIY number 1. For this DIY, I'm taking 2 of the pumpkin wreath forms from the Dollar Tree and some floral wire. And I took this fall sign from the Dollar Tree. I stuck it inside of one of the wreaths. And then I stuck the other wreath on top. And I'm just going to go around with my floral wire. And we are going to go ahead and attach these two together. I know y'all have seen these before. I just wanted to give my take on it. After we get it all attached, I'm going to take a jumbo popsicle stick and glue the pumpkin wreath forms onto the jumbo craft stick. And now I'm going to use this piece of wood that I had in my stash, and I'm going to glue that popsicle stick right down to the wood. I just needed a little more stability than just the popsicle stick. Now, you're going to see me use a lot of leaves right here out of my stash. Actually, the only things I actually bought for this DIY right here are the 2 pumpkin wreath forms and the fall sign. Everything else is from my stash. So I'm taking these leaves and I'm just going around, I'm only doing the front. That's because you're only going to see the front of this where I'm going to put it. If you're going to see all the way around it, you could always go ahead and put your leaves or decor or whatever decorations you want all the way around this piece of wood. But because only the front was going to be shown, I only worried about decorating this front part. And that's because it's going to be on my fireplace. So I knew no one was going to see the back or the sides or anything else. So I'm just going through again with just random leaves that I cut off picks that have been in my stash. And we are just going to glue these down just until we fill in this, the front here. There's still a couple little empty spaces when I get finished, but I go ahead and use a couple of little pumpkins to, excuse me y'all, I'm losing my voice, to fill those in. So I'm just going to let y'all watch me do this right now. And I want to say I am so excited to be here on a 5 Under 5. Y'all know my amazing friend Emily. She is the one who hosts this every month. I used to host it with her when I was full-time on YouTube, but now that I'm working a full-time job as a preschool daycare teacher, I don't have as much time for YouTube, but I wanted to come back for these fall DIYs. So after I get all of those leaves on there the way I want, I'm going to put a pumpkin right there in the center. And y'all, if you've been here long, you know my obsession with buffalo check. So these 2 little buffalo check pumpkins were in my stash from last year or the year before from the Hobby Lobby. We're going to stick those on. I did add a bow at the top. I don't know where that footage went, but here's the finished project. I am so in love with this. I think it is absolutely adorable. So again, 5 Under 5 challenge. This month, the theme is Fall Fling, Fall Decor, so I had to join in. And the guest host this month is Lolly D's Creations. Y'all make sure you go check these 2 ladies out and the playlist listed in my description box below. DIY number 2. Now, y'all, this is an oldie but a goodie, and this is my favorite fall DIY that I have ever done. So for this, I am going to take 8 tumbling tower blocks from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to glue 2 end to end, and I'm going to do that 4 times. So you end up with 4 sets of 2 tumbling tower blocks. After I get those glued end to end, I'm going to take 2 sets and glue them side to side. I didn't get the footage of that, so I'm just letting you know what I did, but this is what they look like all glued together. Now I'm going to finish painting these. I paint these with 2 good coats of Waverly White chalk paint, and I do both sides and all around this and get these completely covered. Next, I took some strands that I took off of a mop from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to cut those in half, and I'm going to take a bead and stick it up towards the top in the center. And we're making a gnome, If you've seen the video before, y'all know this was my favorite DIY that I ever made as far as fall DIYs go. So we're just going to wrap a few pieces, glue them to the nose, up at the top of the nose or the bead, and then I'm going to go ahead and glue some more of these mop strands down at the bottom of the bead. When we get those all in place, I think I might have used 7 or 8 mop strands, or actually half mop strands, because I did cut these in half. So after we get those done and all glued on there, we're just going to start unraveling and make our little gnome's beard. I'm doing these as fall decor, but you can do these for any holiday. They are super cute, super simple, and super, super cheap. I made 2 of these, so I'm just showing you how to make the one. The only thing I did different was change out the hat, so you'll see that in just a minute. After we get all of those strands unraveled, I'm going to take a piece of material. Oh, nope, sorry. I'm going to give him a little haircut here, a little trim on his beard. Then I'm going to take some material from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to draw on a triangle, but I'm going to have a rounded bottom to this triangle. After we cut it out, I'm going to fold it over and then fold it over again up on itself, and we're going to glue it right there where you can see the glue. And that kind of makes a cone. Then we're just going to take our glue and go down the back part of the hat, and we're going to glue it onto our little gnome. I made mine a little big, so I had to make a few adjustments, but that's okay. I just put some glue on the top of the nose and glue my hat, and then where it's too big, I just ruffle it up or bunch it up and glue it on the back. And then for this one, I took a little sunflower and glued it right there to the tip of his little hat. And again, I made just two different hats, and this is what they look like. Again, my most favorite fall DIY I have ever done. So I told you all I don't have much time for YouTube because I'm working at a daycare now, and I want to give out a shout out to one of my little daycare buddies, Xander. He loves watching my videos, so Xander, this video is for you. DIY number 3. So I'm going to take a crate from the Mighty Dollar, or not Mighty Dollar, I'm sorry y'all, Dollar Tree. And this is one I already had in my stash. Everything for this DIY was in my stash. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and paint this crate all the way around and on the inside except for the front, which you'll see in just a minute right there. And the reason we didn't do that is we're going to put some scrapbook paper on it. So I'm just going to trace out how big my scrapbook paper needs to be and cut it down. Then I'm going to take some Mod Podge and I'm going to go ahead and paint it on here. And y'all, if you've been around here before, you know I always put too much Mod Podge on. But this is the best method for Mod Podge that I've ever found. After it's completely dry, the Mod Podge, put your piece down, then put some parchment paper over it, and just iron over it with a heat press, an iron, whatever. And there are no bubbles. I love it. Then I had this truck from either last year or the year before from the Dollar Tree. I'm just going to go ahead and glue that right on the front there. I used some more tumbling tower blocks to put in front and behind the wheel. And I put a little bless sign on there and decorated with flowers. Y'all let me know what you think about this one in the comments below. Another oldie but goodie. This one's from last year, but one of my favorites. This is probably the first time I ever used power tools before, but I'm out in my garage and I'm cutting some yard stakes. And what I'm doing, I'm cutting them down to the size I need. I'm taking one piece of foam board from the Dollar Tree, and I'm cutting these yard stakes down to make a frame around the foam board. And you can see right here, I'm not very comfortable with this power tool, but anyway, I went ahead and put the frame around there, and all I did was staple it on. Then I'm taking this decal that I made on my Cricut. We are just going to place it down, and I chose a black foam board because I loved the contrast with the black and then the white letters. I just put this down where I want it and then smooth it down, use my brayer tool there and get it all on there the way I want, and then just peel off the, what do you call that? Transfer tape. After I got that finished, I did go ahead and tape, or not tape, glue some little leaves to the top. Super, super simple. A huge sign, so high end looking, and all for about $2.50. Another one of my favorite fall DIYs. DIY number 5 and our final DIY. This is a short video, and this is a super simple DIY right here. So these little words have been out at the dollar store or Dollar Tree for the last few years. These were in my stash, so I just went ahead and took one that said Hello Fall and painted 2 good coats of Waverly White chalk paint. Then I took this mini pumpkin that I had in my stash and glued the Hello Fall to the pumpkin. This little scarecrow that I got is from last year, I believe, at the dollar store, or the Dollar Tree. Y'all, I cannot get Dollar Tree out today. And I just took some Jenga blocks, and not Jenga blocks, tumbling tower blocks, and put them on his little bottom there so he would stand up better. And then I'm going to take that Hello Fall and glue it right to the front of our little scarecrow. This was barely over $1, but I love it, and I love the colors because I'm trying to branch out and do more than just black and white. But so cute, and just a little simple shelf sitter, or you could put it on a tiered tray, but I still think it turned out amazing. So here is our final reveal. I was so excited to be a part of the 5 Under 5 this month. I actually didn't even tell Emily that I was going to be able to join and have a video until last night. So I have enjoyed it. I have missed the 5 Under 5 so much. I have missed my crafting community here on YouTube. I'm trying to get back into it. It's just me trying to find that balance between work and being all that I can be for my babies at the daycare and for doing these videos. Thank you again to Emily for hosting and to Lolly D's Creations for guest hosting, and I miss you all. Thanks so much for watching. Y'all come back now. You hear?